Hey, Alan. Ann Cochran here. This is my testimony. On March 26th, the stay-at-home order was issued here in Charlotte, North Carolina. 4 days later, on March 30th, at the urging of my husband, I called a doctor friend of mine to explain to her some lower abdomen symptoms I was having. At her suggestion, I ended up driving to the ER for some testing. When Rob and I got to the ER, he was not allowed in because of all of the COVID-19 new restrictions. So I walked in with a pair of glasses and my cell phone, checked in, and they took me back to the waiting room. They got me ready for testing and said it would take about 2 hours. So I called Rob and said, go home, eat dinner. I'll call you when I know something. At the end of the 2 hours, I learned that my appendix was twisted and needed to come out. At that point, chaos really began to enter in. My doctor friend was calling a local hospital nearby to try to schedule a surgery room, and they would not accept me. My husband, Rob, was calling another friend of ours who is a surgeon at another hospital in Pineville, 20 minutes away. And in the middle of all that, my prayer partner, Peg Willard, called, and I told her what was going on, and she blew the shofar for me, recorded it, and I was able to release the sound of the shofar in my emergency room while I was waiting for all of the craziness to get straightened out. At 10 o'clock Monday night, I was released. I was able to walk out on my own, get in the car with my husband, and he drove me to Pineville, once again having to drop me off because of all of the COVID-19 restrictions. And I was greeted by the kindest staff who took me back into the emergency room section where my surgery was going to be. By 12:30 a.m. now, Tuesday morning, my husband is getting a call to come pick me up. My surgery was over. Everything went well. And I was back home and in my bed at 2 a.m. During that entire time, I did not have one bit of anxiety or worry or concern. No sooner did I get into the ER and hooked up on my IV, but I felt like the Lord had a protective bubble around me. I was in total peace, not one time anxious about being alone. I never felt alone. And I just want to testify to the goodness of the Lord in the middle of a suddenly that can occur. When we put our trust in Him, He is faithful to see to completion the thing that needs to be completed. And He totally provided for me that night. And I just give Him all the honor and the glory. I was recovered within about a week. I had no pain, and it was just a real supernatural experience. Thanks for listening.